Hello everyone, this is Mr. Akash Vasan Nesarkar, lecturer, Department of Chemistry, KLS Gokte PU College of Belgaum. Students, in our last video, we studied the solid state, where we discussed the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. Also, we studied the properties of solids and the types of a solid, that is crystalline solid and the amorphous solid, the differences between these two types of solids, the isotopic, anisotropic and polymorphic nature of a solid, and we ended the video with the types of crystalline solid. Students, I hope you understood all the points. If you do not, I request you to watch the video once again. In today's session, we are going to deal with the crystal lattice and what are the different things are present in a crystal lattice. So let us begin this session with the definition of a crystal lattice. A regular order arrangement of a constituent particle in three dimensions is called crystal lattice or space lattice. It is nothing but the constituent particles are arranged in a three dimension and that is called as a crystal lattice. So this is the crystal lattice where the blue dots are called as a lattice point and this blue portion is called as a unit cell. Now what are these things? Let us try to understand one by one. So first one is lattice point. Lattice point is also called as a lattice site. The fixed position on which the constituent particles are present are called lattice point or lattice site. So these blue dots are the fixed position where the constituent particles are present. Here the constituent particles may be atom, ion or molecule. The second one is unit cell. The unit cell is defined as it is the smallest repeating unit in a crystal lattice which when repeated over and again in a three dimension generates the complete crystal lattice. In a simple language, it is a three-dimensional unit which generates the crystal lattice after repetition. Let me give an example to understand this point. In order to construct the building, we use the bricks. And bricks are repeated in all the direction to construct the building. In a similar manner, in order to generate the crystal, we have to repeat this unit cell in all over the direction. There are only 14 possible three-dimensional lattices called Bravais lattice. The unit cell is characterized by few parameters. The first one is dimension of the unit cell along the three edges A, B and C. These edges may or may not be mutually perpendicular to each other. Student, please focus on the diagram. The second parameter is inclination of the edges to each other. This is denoted by the angle between the edges alpha, beta and gamma respectively. Alpha is the angle between the edges B and C, beta is the angle between the edges A and C and gamma is the angle between the edges A and B. Depending on these cell parameters, we have 7 crystal system. The first one is a cubic. The example is NaCl and zinc, where the axial angle between alpha, beta, gamma is 90 degree and the axial distance is same for edges B, A and C. The second one is a tetragonal. Example is calcium sulfate. Third one is orthorhombic. Example is barium sulfate. Fourth one is monoclinic. Example is monoclinic sulfur. Fifth one is hexagonal. Example is graphite and zinc oxide. Sixth one is a rhomboidal or trigonal. Example is calcite. And seventh one is a triclinic. Example is potassium dichromate. Next one, the types of a unit cell. Unit cells are broadly classified into two types. The first one is primitive or simple unit cell and the second one is a centered unit cell. Let us try to understand one by one. Primitive or simple unit cell. The unit cell in which the constituent particles are present only at a corner position is called primitive unit cell. Student, Focus on the first diagram. For simplicity, we are considering the cubic unit cell. In this unit cell, the particles are present only at a corner position of the unit cell, and such type of unit cells are called simple or primitive unit cell, where the particles are present only at a corner position. The second one is a centered unit cell. In this unit cell, one or more constituent particles are present at a position in addition to those present at the corners. That is nothing but, apart from the corner particles, there are few particles present at a different position, and such type of unit cells are called centered unit cell. The centered unit cells are of three types. The first one is face-centered unit cell. A face-centered unit cell consists of one constituent particle present at a corner at a center of each face in addition to those present at a corners. Student, focus on this diagram where the particles are present at corner position, and apart from the corner position, the particles are present at each face of the cubic unit cell, and such type of unit cell is called as a face centered unit cell because the particle is present at each face, so it is called as a face centered unit cell. So there are 6 faces and 6 extra particles are present apart from the corner position. Do remember this. The second one is body centered unit cell. A body centered unit cell consists of one constituent particle is present at its body center in addition to those present at a corner. Focus on this diagram, students. In this unit cell, the corner particles are present as it is, but apart from this corner particle, one particle is present at the body of the unit cell, and such type of unit cell is called body center unit cell because the particle is present at the body center. The third one is end-centered unit cell. An end-centered unit cells consist of one constituent particle present at the center of any two opposite faces in addition to those present at the corner particles. Student, focus on this diagram. In end-centered unit cell, the corner particles are present as it is. Apart from this corner particle, there are two particles present at two faces which are opposite to each other, and such type of unit cells are called end-centered unit cell. Number of atoms or particles in a different unit cell. Student, crystal lattice is made up of very large number of unit cells, and every lattice point is occupied by one constituent particle. We shall consider three types of cubic unit cells, and for simplicity, assume that the constituent particle is an atom. Now let us calculate the number of particles present in a primitive unit cell, or it is also called as a simple unit cell. We know that in a simple unit cell, there are 8 particles present at a corner. An atom at a corner is shared by 8 neighboring unit cells. So its a contribution to the per unit cell is 1/8. So this particular particle contribute 1/8 part to the per unit cell. Therefore, the rest of the all atoms also contribute its 1/8 part to the per unit cell. So let us calculate how many atoms are present in a single unit cell. So let us calculate this. So 1/8 atom per unit cell into 8 corner atoms gives 1 atom. So in a simple cubic unit cell, there is 1 atom present. Second one, the face-centered unit cell. In a face-centered unit cell, we know that there are 8 corner particles, and apart from those 8 corner particles, there are 6 particles present at each face. So the 8 corner particle is shared by 8 neighboring unit cells, so its a contribution to the per unit cell, it is 1/8. We know that well. But apart from the corner particle, there are 6 particles which are present at each face, and their contribution is half to the unit cell. Means the corner particle contributes 1/8 part to the per unit cell, whereas this particle which is present at a face, it contributes half to the per unit cell. So let us calculate how many number of particles or atoms are present in a particular face centered unit cell. So face centered unit cell is equal to 1/8 atom per unit cell into 8 corner atoms plus half atom per unit cell into 6 face centered atoms. Upon simplification, you get 4 atoms are present in a face centered unit cell. So total there are 4 atoms are present in a face centered unit cell. The third one is body centered unit cell. In body centered unit cell, there are 8 corner particles are present, and apart from those 8 particles, one particle is present at the body center. So the particle which is present at a body, it cannot be shared by the other unit cell. So its contribution is complete to the per unit cell, whereas corner particle share its 1/8 part to the per unit cell. So let us calculate the total number of particles present in a body centered unit cell is equal to 1/8 atom per unit cell into 8 corner particles are present plus 1 body center atom which cannot be shared. So total it gives 2 atoms. So in a body centered unit cell, there are 2 atoms are present. For final examination, this concept is very important. You may get the question on this concept. The question will be asked like this: how many particles are present in a simple cubic unit cell, or how many particles are present in a face centered unit cell, or how many particles are present in a body centered unit. In order to understand the packing of the constituent particles in a crystals, it is assumed that the constituent particles are identical hard spheres, and these identical hard spheres are arranged in a various dimension. So let us study one by one. Before that, let me tell you what is a coordination number, which is very important. The coordination number is the number of nearest neighbors of a particle. Now let us study the close packing in one dimension. When the identical hard spheres are arranged in a row touching each other, one dimensional close packing is formed. It means these identical half spheres are arranged in a row touching one another, where each sphere is in contact with two of its neighbor. If I consider this one sphere, it is in contact with a two sphere, and therefore its coordination number is 2. Second one, close packing in 2 dimension. It is generated by stacking the rows of a close packed spheres in 2 ways. The first one is square close packing. When the spheres of the second row are placed exactly above those of the first row, this way of the sphere are aligned horizontally as well as vertically. The arrangement is called AAA type, and the coordination number of this close packing is 4. So in square close packing, we have to arrange the spheres one above another. Therefore, you will get AA type of a square close packing. If you consider any one sphere, if I consider this sphere is connected with all other 4 sphere, and therefore the coordination number of this square close packing is 4. The next one is hexagonal close packing. When the spheres of the second row are placed above the first one in a staggered manner, in a such a way that its spheres fit into the depression of the first row, the arrangement is called ABAB type, and the coordination number of hexagonal close packing is 6. So it's very simple. You have to arrange the first row, and in between the staggered, this is called as a staggered, in between this gap you have to arrange the second. So the second arrangement will be the different, it is not same like a first arrangement, that is A, therefore it is called as a B. Again the third one should be A, again the fourth one should be B. So it is ABAB type, and this, the second row is arranged in the depression of the first row. So such type of a packing, it is called as a hexagonal close packing. If I consider this one sphere, so this one sphere is connected with neighboring 6 sphere, and therefore the coordination number of this hexagonal close packing is 6.